We love looking out for red flags. Sometimes we focus so much on looking out for red flags that we can actually miss the green flags that someone is showing us that shows they could be great for us. Things we should be equally looking out for that A, shows someone will be a great partner for us, and B, that someone is actually taking us seriously with real investment. Now, of course, we do live in a time where people will be dating multiple people at the same time, and if and when a guy is dating multiple girls and multiple women, it is only the woman that he is taking seriously, showing real investment, that these green flags are going to be very apparent. Other women might complain about him, but that's not because necessarily he's a bad guy, it's because they're just not the women that he is actively choosing. And we're going to go through some green flags that show that a guy is A, a quality guy, and B, he is taking you seriously. Before we get to that, I do have limited spots on my new Claim Your Man program. So if you're ready to level up your love life today, just click that link below. First green flag is that he sets boundaries. This is a sign of a guy being a high quality guy and having integrity. But a guy who does have value does respect you, but he respects himself as well. This means that he can't be walked all over. Because ultimately, while it might be nice to think it'd be cool to have a guy who's at your every whim, and you can do absolutely whatever you want to him or with him and he'll have no issues about it, you wouldn't respect a man like that. And as a woman, you can't love a man that you don't respect. But a man who is fair and sets boundaries is definitely the kind of man that you want on your team. A man who sets boundaries with people is also likely to be a man that sets necessary boundaries on himself. And this is where the integrity comes in. Someone who sets boundaries for themselves is somebody that we can trust. They don't pretend that they are perfect and that they're incapable of having flaws or succumbing to temptation, whether that's food, drugs, or women. And so they manage that by having boundaries for themselves, because ultimately it's about the larger picture. The next green flag is that he cares about your safety. Now, I'm not saying that if he didn't, he wouldn't care at all about you not being safe. Of course, even if a guy is taking a girl casually, he still wishes safety upon her. But I mean when he actively takes care in your safety. So if you're leaving a date with him and you're going your separate ways, he goes, hey, just drop me a text, let me know you got home okay. Or maybe you both are out late again and he says, hey, at least let me walk you to the station so I know you get there fine. Or if he actually drops you home himself. The more we as men start to see a future with the woman that we're interested in, then the more we feel that we want to protect her. As simple as walking on the outside of the road so she's not closest to the traffic. Or if you're in a very busy environment with a lot of people, he holds onto your hand tight and he's aware that other guys are around you in case maybe they try and be a little bit creepy or something like that. Because you know, sometimes guys be trying to brush up on a woman as they're just trying to get by. Now that's not to say that if a guy just does see fun with a girl that he doesn't care at all, but he won't be making an active effort in making sure that you're all okay. He'll just leave that entirely to you. The next green flag on a guy is that he remembers the details of what you say. A man who remembers details is a man who cares. He pays attention, he listens to what you say, and he remembers key elements of the things that you told him. If he sees you as part of his future, then the things that are important to you will naturally become important to him. Especially because these things may start to play a part in his life, depending on what it is. Another great green flag is that he takes you out on dates. Wait. Takes you out on dates? That seems like the bare minimum, right? You see, when most people who are dating start sleeping together, very often they fall into the pattern of only having Netflix and chill dates. Only having dates where someone going around their house, you do a little something, and then you end up having sex for the whole night. The focus becomes 95% on having sex in an intimate space. I get it. If you've just started dating someone and you've started having sex and you really enjoy that, of course you're going to want to indulge in it. That's part of the fun. But if a guy still asks to see that you guys can go out together and still go out and do proper things, it means that he recognizes that building with you isn't just about the physical intimacy. And he still wants to make an effort in creating experiences and memories with you. Now, don't get me wrong. He definitely still wants to have sex with you most of the time, but there's a level of focus and priority on actually having outside dates. This next green flag is that he shows gratitude for the things that you do for him, especially if you're being very supportive. And I know this doesn't seem like a lot for showing gratitude when someone does something for you, but it's more important than you think, especially when it ties into building romance with someone. This isn't just him paying attention to the efforts that you've made, but seeing if you are making an effort, seeing if you are reciprocating what he is trying to give you. So him showing gratitude isn't just about the kindness of the act that you did for him, but it's also him appreciating you showing up in the same way he is if he feels that he's taking you seriously, which only incentivizes him to invest and spend more time with you. This next green flag, and this is one of my favorites, is he asks for your opinion on things. This is him really starting to see you as a teammate. He values your mind and he's seeing you as a real partner, as opposed to just a pretty girl who he sometimes has sex with. He wants to know what you think about things, what you agree or you disagree on. Is there anything that you both fundamentally disagree on that really you should know now? It's his way of not only valuing your insight, but seeing where you stand on things. And his next great green flag, which can only ever be a positive, is he is a generous lover. So I've been told many a times about how selfish some of these guys are out in these streets when it comes to the bedroom. Now don't get me wrong, people do have sex because they want themselves to have a good time. But if he's a generous lover with you, then that means he cares about you both having an experience together, as opposed to him just getting off. Plus, if he's good at what he does in the bedroom, that's only going to be a bonus, right? If you're looking for a guy who sparks up your love life, make sure you subscribe to this wonderful tribe. And as always, keep it slick. Pow.